So Leper is like the worst name for an operating system ever.
Was that leopard or leper, as in like the skin disease from biblical times? Because I thought I heard leper, and that's not quite the same.
Yeah, I think like Jesus cured them by like washing them with his hair or something. I don't understand where Apple is going with this.
Okay, anyway, bad joke. No, actually, it was kind of funny. We're laughing. I don't know if they
Out
are.
of the blue.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, this is the MacMost daily vlog.
Indeed.
That's Eve.
We're not allowed to play
Layle.
with the copy of Leopard. We have one in the office. But
Yeah. What's it? A developer version.
So I actually have nothing intelligent to say about it.
Yeah. We
Although it's in the keywords now. Booyah!
Booyah!
Ooh.
So, okay, well... We can still talk about Mac stuff even though there's not a whole lot of newsy things going on this fine Friday, October the 5th.
I owned an iPod.
Ironically, I never have.
Wow.
So,
We're so informed.
I know.
You know what? I'm actually thinking, like, my new phone, I'm thinking of not getting an iPhone.
Really?
Yeah. I was looking into, I have the Sidekick now, and I'm really, really happy with it. But it's 2 years old.
Okay.
And it wasn't a new model when I got it. Like,
Okay.
they were almost about to release the Sidekick 3, which is why it was so cheap.
Gotcha.
But the new Sidekicks, they're pretty sweet.
Nice.
I think a side-by-side comparison, I may have to
You may have to conduct that.
do that instead of the iPhone. Because, you know, it's pretty slick, but it has its limitations.
See, I'm less about the iPhone in terms of, like, Mac things in general, and far more enthusiastic about some of their other product lines.
Yeah.
You know, I've mentioned before how poor I am on this show and on other shows, and for all of you who don't know, I'm poor. And
Layle is our token poor person.
Indeed. Which is why I've never owned an iPod. But the only Mac that I've ever owned, which is the first Mac I bought my first year of college, is a clamshell iBook that I bought way back in 2000. And my sister's now using it in her community college classes. But what's great, I cracked it open the other day, tried to hook up my friend's iPod to it, and it was like, you have iTunes 6 point whatever, this doesn't work. But one thing that it made me think about was the fact that it's still a really good machine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a new Apple. It's not they have things that blow it out of the water. You know, they have like, what are the biggest iPods?
Self-contained.
But the good thing is that as I can continue to update the software and the operating system, which I have like, I think I'm using Tiger or something, which is, getting dated, but it still gets the job done. And that's one thing that I really like about Macs in general, is that they really have a lifespan. Mm-hmm. Over, like, when I think about having a 7-year-old PC, that just doesn't sound possible, because in many ways it's not. That's just not realistic, and that it would still function in all the ways that my old school clamshell iBook still functions after all of these years. Granted, it is kind of like a giant 10-pound iPod that only has 10 gigs of storage space, but again, the point being is that you can continue to update it, and it kind of has a life of its own.
I was going through software at my dad's house recently, like on the shelf, and trying to determine like what to just frickin' toss.
Which just never, you could put it in a museum at some point.
3.1, like, no.
No.
Like if it ran on that.
Mm-hmm.
If it needed a Sound Blaster compatible card,
no.
You're just too old. Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's a bummer, because some of those old games that are like old, I like,
that'd be cool.
Guess I can get running in an emulator or something. But it's
probably
I've
not
tried
worth it.
I've tried on a couple of them.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit of a battle.
Yeah. But I there again,
DOS or some crap.
There again, it is really nice though that the Macs do have the sort of lifespan that they do. And for what it's worth, even things like the iPods and stuff like that have a fairly long lifespan if you don't beat the crap out of them, And even though technology is progressing as quickly,
them.
yeah, it's still nice that they last a while for the investment
Wow,
you put in.
we filled up a whole 5 minutes, 3 minutes.
Who did thunk it?
3 minutes long, right?
For more, go to MacMost.com.
All right.
See you next week.